This week is really in the spirit of the holidays with only a few hiccups. How to navigate around them is coming up.
Become a shining magnet. Give yourself access to a free lifestyle. Start living in the new era vibe. Let's go travel towards freedom.
The optimism and upbeat with traveling and enjoying the holidays will be ongoing for the next 4 weeks. In the beginning of the week, there can be a bit frustration, worries about will we get everything done in our big Christmas list? Will it all work out? But that's just a few hours of tension. There's also this charm and diplomacy and communicative state of mind, which makes it easier to iron out if there's any problems in our relationships. So it's a good time to catch up and talk about things that might be a bit difficult, because we're solution focused and ready to listen in not only to ourselves but to others. And so it is for others towards us. It's a wonderful time to plan for a joyful vacation, all the creativity around it, these little spice up ideas that can bring in the mood, the harmony of every day with different variations that makes up a joyful, inspiring day. The new moon on Tuesday is optimistic, expansive, so you feel like inviting in the world and inviting in opportunities. Though it is a dreamy state we're coming into, where we can be a bit out of focus, not really very concentrated of what we were supposed to do. We'd rather drift off into dreams and harmony and just enjoy the moment. This is a wonderful time to live that out, but still keep in mind to get your dailies done so it doesn't coop up and you will have to deal with too much later. A good balance of the two is the perfect recipe. In the middle of the week is the perfect time to catch up with your projects or your business, get things in order, or advance, innovate, improve what you have already set up. But you can see there are some twists and tweaks that are to happen for it to work way better. So it's a good time to get a lot done. But if you feel you're stuck in the rut with your routine and your projects, it's a good time to bring in new variations and sprinkle it with new ideas. How can you go about this so it feels more inspiring? The way we attract a better life, it starts in the little details. It starts with how we go about things, how we prepare to go about it. If we go into something we need to do and it's just draining, we just don't want to do it, then we bring in the energy of a very low vibe. So it makes up a very low vibe, especially if you have projects or something you want to bring into the world. Then you're setting this very dense and low energy into all the action steps you're taking. So it's very important to prepare. How can I do this with optimism? How can it be more fun? Get this inspiration going so it inspires me more. Like me sitting down and bringing you some inspiration every week, how to deal with the different energies during the week. It can be a bit challenging for me to settle down in, okay, now it's time to spend 2-3 hours on this. The focus. Before it could be in my mind a lot of steps to prepare, sit down and do it properly, get it all done, especially at winter time before there's no more lights here in Denmark. But then I just went a cup of tea and some nice biscuits and prepared my little cozy space here in front of the window where it's snowing outside. And I was just like, oh, it's a wonderful time to catch up with my fellow sisters and brothers out there in the world and connect Now I enjoy doing it. I enjoy catching up with you because all these ideas are swirling around in my head all the time, and after my 9 lives in one, brighter ways to give to you so you too can live an uplifting life instead of a dragging through the day life. And this is why I'm here, creating this little space, have made it a wonderful moment in my day, a routine, a habit, to sit down and enjoy this time. I do this with every task I have. I have different spaces around the house for this, for the morning, for the afternoon, for the evening. So I kind of move into another state, into another space. And by shifting the energy every 2 hours, I renew my energy. And this is what we do as human beings. If we renew into something way different that we have just been up to, then the inspiration comes back. It's a very good way that people through time have done to optimize their day. Like there was this guy in the beginning of the century, and he was just working at a hotel as a clerk, taking up packages, but he was always very kind and enjoyed doing his job. And one time there was this very rich guy that really wanted to help him because he really enjoyed his service every time, and say, you have something very special. People will notice you when you are in this state of mind of optimism in what you're doing. By that, he got moved into another world. At the end of his life, he was a writer, a politician, he was an inventor, a painter, and he could do all this. He realized because he changed focus every 2 hours. So that optimized his energy, and it was kind of carrots. That if I get this done in these 2 hours, then I have my fun carrots in the in-between states, like doing something that you do not enjoy very much for 2 hours, and then in the next 2 hours you have your carrot of something more enjoyable that are waiting for you. That way you can get it done way easier. At the end of the week, starting with Friday, there can be an overspending, overdoing it. So please be careful with your money, be careful, feel in the balance of it before doing. Keep up the enjoyment and live it out, feel it out. It's a time on Saturday where the more you are in a charitable and caring state, the more you get out of the day and the more it will ripple out, because it's a time where it multiplies. Whatever you give out comes back to you tenfold. So around the Saturday, the more you are in an uplifting giving mood, the more it will boomerang back. So be careful not to get overbooked in your calendar, because that can bring some frictions, some misunderstandings in the communications if we don't have time to listen in and respond instead of reacting. So be careful of how you go about things, and certainly create room in between the rendezvous, the things you're supposed to do, so you have room to step away and observe if you can feel something is up. That way you will create a harmonious weekend. It will really help me out if you like and subscribe, so I can help even more people into a more harmonious, enjoyable lifestyle. On this, I wish you a shiny magnetic week, and may you sway through the obstacles with ease.